The Betz Mystery Sphere is one of those stories that could have easily been plucked from a science fiction novel, except it was very real, and it happened to an ordinary family living on a farm in Florida. In April 1974, while exploring a fire in the woods near their home, Terry Betz stumbled across a shiny metallic sphere. At first glance, it seemed like a piece of metal debris, maybe something that had fallen from the sky or been discarded by someone. But when the family took a closer look, things got even weirder. Curious about his find, Terry brought the object home. The family wasn't sure what to make of it at first, but they quickly realized that this was no ordinary object. What happened next is where the mystery truly begins. The sphere was about 8 inches in diameter and perfectly smooth, with a shiny, stainless steel-like surface. It didn't show any obvious signs of wear, dents, or rust, something you would expect from an object that supposedly had been left in the woods. It looked unnervingly pristine. It didn't take long for the Betz family to notice something extraordinary about the sphere. It seemed to move on its own. When they would place it on the ground, it wouldn't stay still for long. When they rolled it away from themselves, it would roll back toward them, and no one was touching it. The family started to get a little freaked out. The sphere didn't just roll aimlessly, it seemed to respond to their movements, as if it was reacting to their presence. The Betz family also noticed their dog acted strange whenever the sphere was nearby. The dog seemed to shy away from it, acting nervous and even barking at the object. They suspected the sphere might have been emitting some sort of energy field that the dog could sense. The metal orb began making noises. Sometimes it was a ringing sound, almost like it was vibrating or resonating. Other times, it was more of a soft humming. Some of their friends even claimed they could hear a faint metallic pinging sound, which seemed to come from within the sphere. The Betz family soon discovered that the sphere seemed to have some kind of magnetic properties. It was able to influence metal objects around it. The family reported that they saw nearby metal tools move or vibrate in response to the sphere's presence. They said that it moved or jumped when placed near magnetic fields. It would also get warm to the touch, as if it were reacting to the fields. As the family tested the sphere's interactions with electrical equipment, they noticed something unusual. The sphere appeared to interfere with electrical devices. In particular, radios and TVs would stop working or experience static when the sphere was near. At this point, the Betz family, both fascinated and concerned, decided to get experts involved. They contacted scientists, engineers, and even law enforcement to see if anyone could explain the object's mysterious properties. The sheriff's office even took a look at the sphere, but after several tests, they were just as baffled as the family. Over the next few months, various experts began conducting their own investigations on the metallic orb. Some scientists suggested that the sphere could be extraterrestrial in origin. All this testing didn't shed much light on the sphere's origin, but they did confirm that it was made from some sort of metallic alloy. However, no one could definitively identify the exact materials or the manufacturing process. Several scientists conducted basic physical examinations, including X-ray and chemical tests, to analyze the surface and composition. They discovered that the object had a smooth, mirror-like surface, and there were no signs of seams, rivets, or screws that might indicate it was a manufactured part of a larger device. One scientist tested its ability to conduct electricity. The sphere didn't behave in ways that were typical for an object of its type. For instance, when placed on a hard surface, it would vibrate lightly and sometimes even seem to roll away from a spot, almost as though it were guided by an unseen force. Despite various theories from engineers and physicists, the object defied conventional explanation. No one could come up with a satisfactory answer as to what powered the sphere or how it was built. It was as if it had been engineered by an intelligence that understood principles beyond what was currently known in modern science. Enter J. Allen Hynek, the UFO expert. In a twist that added an even more intriguing layer to the Betz Mystery Sphere story, J. Allen Hynek, a respected astronomer and one of the leading authorities on UFO phenomena, became involved. Hynek had been a consultant to the U.S. Air Force's Project Blue Book, which was the government's official investigation into UFO sightings. Hynek was called upon to examine the object and determine whether it might have connections to the UFO field. He spent several days with the Betz family, observing the sphere and conducting his own tests. Hynek was fascinated by the sphere's odd behavior. He reports of it making strange noises, moving on its own, and affecting nearby electronics. According to his accounts, he states the object seemed to exhibit intelligent behavior, responding in ways that suggested it could be reacting to its environment in a purposeful manner. Hynek conducted experiments to determine whether this was the result of a natural electromagnetic field or something more mysterious. What Hynek discovered was that the interference appeared to be non-random and focused in certain areas of the equipment, suggesting that there was something unusual at play. Hynek did note that the object's behavior and its interference with electronic devices were highly uncharacteristic of a common earthly object. He also observed that the sphere's magnetic field could not be easily explained by any conventional means. He was reported to have said that there was an unexplained quality to the sphere that left even an experienced scientist like himself scratching his head. Hynek postulated that if the object was manufactured, it was made by a group or civilization with knowledge far ahead of ours. Many people found this statement alluring, fueling speculation that the sphere might indeed be from another world. UFO researchers, journalists, and the general public began to speculate wildly about its origins. Was it some kind of intelligence-gathering UFO? Is it proof of extraterrestrial visitations? Could this metal orb have been designed by extraterrestrials to study Earth and its inhabitants? Or some kind of small spacecraft? Could it have been purposely left behind by extraterrestrial beings? The mystery of the Betz Sphere would remain unsolved. Eventually, the family stopped showing the sphere to experts, and, over time, they disappeared from the public eye. The sphere was seemingly forgotten, leaving many to wonder if it had been confiscated by the government, locked away in some secret facility, or whether it had simply returned to where it came from. Hey, everyone, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on the latest alien mysteries. Also, share your thoughts in the comments about the Betz Mystery Sphere. Thanks for watching.